Okay, so today I wanted to create a Terraria tracker for things like items based on the class that you choose, uh, items as in like weapons, armor, and accessories, all sorted based on the class, and then bosses. Now, I've actually created something like this before for Calamity, the large mod, but I never uploaded my code base to GitHub, which sucks. But it wasn't great. It was just kind of like something quick because my friends and I really wanted to do the Calamity mod, so we wanted a good way of tracking the bosses. So it's pretty simple. You just choose what type of boss you want, and the wiki pops up for whatever you choose. So if I choose Calamity, it shows me the Calamity wiki. On the right is just a table of uh, the bosses with their name and the stage that they are in the game. You can click on them, and you'll get a the wiki change to that boss. And if you select it, you will these will be permanently selected through local storage. So if I go back, I can see like all bosses are 2 out of 66, 2 out of 38 for Calamity. Um, I can filter based on what stage of the game. Doesn't really work in Firefox very well, sadly, but that's okay. Uh, and then do the same thing for, let's say I killed Skeletron. It's now 3, 1, 2. So I basically want the same functionality. This is just to kind of quickly navigate through them. But the thing with this is you might tell if you have been paying attention to the domain is that it's all on one page. There's no routing, and this definitely didn't use state management, and it's updating the local storage every time um, one of these is clicked, which will honestly probably still be the way that I do it, except now I'll be using state management as well for the tracking here instead of just adding everything to local storage. So the way it'll probably work is it'll get the length um, and the ID of each of these and add those to an array in local storage, and then I'll compare it in state management with VueX and update respectively as needed, rather than pushing everything into local storage. So yeah, pretty much the same functionality, just updated and better. So uh, I'll actually probably end up just using the same layout and potentially same tags, so I don't have to redo all of the CSS. It's not much CSS. Like if you check here, like it's just a few hundred lines. Like it's nothing special. A lot of it is like just changing the the scroll bar just for extra prettiness. But yeah, really like I think a good majority of it is actually taken up by the reset. So from here to here is all CSS reset. So it's like half of it. Well, it's like a third. But anyways, 77 errors. That's because because cores is not good, or I didn't set this up with cores, or is this because I don't know why there's 77 errors. Um, there's an error every time. There's 2 errors every time for cores, but I don't really know why there were 77 errors. I guess there's errors every time I click the checkbox. Path is undefined. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, that doesn't matter. So I'm boilerplated and I have my files open. So I'm just gonna get started with the logic. So currently, what's in here is VueX, router, and then just a linter and parser. Nothing crazy. Uh, so just getting right into it. I don't I mean, if I'm just going right off of the same sort of checklist, uh, let's see. So I'll have not three boxes, but I'll have boxes for bosses, so Terraria bosses, um, weapons, or no, maybe I'll have the classes here actually. So it'll be like bosses, class, like uh, melee, ranged, mage, and summoner. I don't actually know all of the classes. So I guess that's a good research thing. So just those 4. Yeah. Okay. And these are like the best. Are these all of the items? Maybe these are all the items, which would make my life really easy. So in actuality, I really don't need this, but a big thing for this is like tracking everything. So like when you get a gold sword, when you get platinum sword, when you get ice blade and stuff. So like a lot of these go into, this definitely isn't all of them actually. These are pre-boss items, okay. And then pre-hard mode items. So like a lot of these melee ones upgrade into Zenith. So like it's kind of tough to track when you need, you know, however many, like 10 or 11 swords. You need Enchanted Sword, you need Star Fury, you need Knight's Edge, or the upgraded Knight's Edge, which builds out of Muramasa, Fiery, and the Blade of Grass. Like it's a lot of stuff, and especially when you're like tracking your accessories throughout the game too. Uh, you know, when you're a ranged user and you need an ammo box, and you need a certain type of ammo, and you need the quiver, you need different types of quivers. You could use the endless pouch, stuff like that. It's a lot. So, and then, you know, likewise for these few. So I think the idea is that it's not hard to look for on the wiki if you know what you're looking for, but sometimes you don't know what you're looking for. Um, you want a quick access to like what's the ice blade. So that's what this is sort of used for. I don't even know what this icon is. Old Chinese, sure. Okay. So let's just get started. So there's 4 classes. So and a lot of this is going to be just stored data in here because it's all text data. I'm not going to be doing a lot of images. Like these will be the only images really are the select box images. We'll probably try and find a better font. I think this is just like Open Sans or something. It's Anik. Okay. I do actually like this font, but not so much anymore. So it'll all be text based pretty much. So like, you know, the game, this won't even need to be used. I'm not gonna be adding a master list of every items. I think because that's a lot. Um, so when it's all sorted, it can just all be sorted based on the route. So makes my life pretty easy. So I don't need any of this. And I will just get rid of the nav for now. So to start, let me grab the Fireweb reset as usual. This, and I think I want to use SAS for this. Do I? No, I actually really don't need it. So just put this in and import my import reset from reset, and then I have to use it, right? Or do I? I always forget this. I did this in the last one too. No, you don't. It's just importing it like that. And it should be great. Okay. Let's just create the main file. Copy down. Let's make sure that it works. Okay, great. Okay, so don't need this stuff. Don't need this. Don't need this. Don't need the component. And the about view can go to, and in the router, just drop this. Fantastic. So, starting from here, I don't think I'm going to do this sort of box design. I might just leave it as like full screen. We'll see. Doesn't really matter right now. So in the home view, so I just want a H1 that says Terraria tracker. Yep. And then let's do section ID of selectors. Yeah, that's fine. So next it'll be this selectors. Let's go. Just say item. So let's do a router link to now I might as well just do these as I don't need these to be dynamic. So if I do bosses, I don't know why I'm doing this as a div then. Select link. So inside of here there'll be I don't even need this because like I'll just set it up as a background image. No, I won't. I'll set it up as a regular image. So assets. Oops. It's actually it would just be this, and whatever, and then doesn't need an alt tag because it's a background image. So yeah, H2 of boss is this one, and I want a tracker. So it's 28. So if I do span, or not a span, if I do like H3 boss count span, bosses killed slash span. I don't need a, just do 28. So that's how much I know there is. And then going into here, just for now, data boss code 0. Okay, great. So just reuse this structure a few more times. So it would be classes. So I think what I'll do. No, I was thinking maybe I add a title, but so warrior ranged mage summoner or melee, whatever, melee ranged mage summoner. Okay. So summoner. We'll do item count. Summoner items. Now let's determine how many summoner items there are. So let's do it by Terraria summoner items. So there are, it's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot of data stuff. So there's whips. There's sentries. There's minions. I'm not going to count these. And then there's accessories. Okay, so I'm gonna filter these as well, I think. Am I? No. So what I'll do is I'll do it very similar to this, where it's a master list of everything, but then you can filter based on item, like armor, weapon, accessory. And maybe I'll put the stage in as well. So I don't need a master list. So I'm looking for everything. So if I just go through and count all this stuff, does it tell me? Would it show me down here where the sentries are? No, not great. Okay. There's whips, timer-keeper sentries. Okay, there are. Yeah, so it tells me. Great. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 4, 35, 36, 37, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 6, 7, 8, 9, 80. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 86. Okay. So rough number of 86 items for Summoner. Now that doesn't count individual item pieces. So Stardust Armor has 3 parts to it, but I'm only counting the armor as one thing, because that's a lot. If I do each piece, that's a crazy amount. Because then that's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, 33, 36, 39, 42, 45, 48 extra pieces to add to the 86. So, thanks. Great. So that's a good rough start. So because I have all this info now already pulled up, what I'm just going to do is use this as the base, the summoner as the base, and create a template that I can just reuse for each of these. So summoner items, again, we'll start at 0. So these will get changed into Vue, like state management stuff eventually. But right now it's okay just to leave them like this. So I don't know why I clicked on that. I then go to the router and I do pass summoner, name summoner, component. This will be character or class component. Not class component, but like table tracker component, tracker view. Okay. I don't know why I added about view, but that's good. Use tracker view. Not a new folder. Tracker view. And let's template as section ID tracker. If I save, click on this one, so summoner, go to tracker view. This is the tracker page. Okay, so let's start by getting the route. So in fact, it'll be like data, and then let's just do route is this route start, and we'll log the route. Okay, so I want it based on the name. So this .route name should just show up as summoner. Great. So I don't want everything. This doesn't actually really matter that much. It does in the sense that like tracking items will matter, like collection wise, but in reality, all that's happening is it's just gonna oh, maybe it does matter actually. So maybe I will add this stuff. So what I'll do actually is I'll create a data, like just a JSON file, and I will pull from this based on the name of the route. So to start, if I do summoner, so let's say weapons. So how would my structure look for a weapon? So pretty much it would just be the name of the weapon, the stage that you get it in, and the link. That's it. So I thought it was what's called multiverses and like fighting games. So did these? I counted these. I'm pretty sure. Did I count these? I think I did. So if we start with the Finch staff, because that's like the earliest item that I remember. So if I just do ID1, name, name, Finch staff. Now, I actually don't need the link because what I'll do instead is just replace the space with an underscore, because all of these are underscores. So all spaces will get replaced with underscores. That saves some data, happily. That means I don't need to just copy everything again. So I could filter it by type of weapon, but for now I won't, because it's a lot of extra work. So stage. Oops. So stage pre-hard mode. Okay, and that's the template for an item, at least a weapon. So if I just do this like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, no, I'll do it like 5 times. Get rid of the comma. So 5, 4, 3, 2. And just do this for a couple of items. And these will just be random items right now. So like the imp staff. And I'll do a pre-hard mode whip. Snapthorn. And then some hard mode stuff. So the Terra Prisma. the we'll say piece of armor. Let's do. No, I can't do a piece of armor because these are weapons. Duh. During die, because that's a craftable one. So I could probably add whether these are craftable or not. It's just, again, like that's a future thing. But right now, do it like that. Okay, so that's 5 weapons. Great. So next is just importing the data. So import data from data.json. How to import part of JSON. Part.1. Oh, okay. Now this, I don't think this is gonna work the way I want it to. So like if I did import this route, that's not gonna work. What if I do route stat name, or like that's definitely not gonna work. View import part of JSON based on data. I don't want to import the whole thing, and I don't know enough about GraphQL to get just part of it. So I really don't want to get the whole JSON file. Okay. Well, if it's just text, like how big is this file currently? Like, I mean, it's not gonna be. It's gonna be like 3 kilobytes maybe. To 1 kilobyte. So like, say I just copy all of this down like a million times. 38 pro. Oh, because I didn't. Wait. I just like copy all of this down. How big is this file now? It's 23 kilobytes. Okay. Maybe I will just import it all for right now. All right. So let's just do data from /assets/ data.json. Oops. So let's just take the whole thing, sadly, for now. Can't resolve. Oh, because I didn't do this. Okay. So let's do a computed and filtered data. This data filter item type? No. So item type. Maybe it is item type. It won't be item type. That's not a thing, actually. So it would be like just this, right? No. Console.log data. Oops. This dot data. Can I not get my... Okay, object. That data dot summoner. This isn't so this dot filtered data equals this dot data dot dot route. How would this work? It doesn't really. Filter data was accessed. Console.log this dot data dot route. That work? Nope. Oops. Route. Route is not defined. Whoops. This dot data dot this dot route. Does that work? Nope. No, of course it's not gonna work. Oh, what am I doing? This dot route name? There we go. That worked. So instead, then what if I just do filtered data? Or what if I do just data equals data dot data this dot route dot name. Instead data. How does this work? How does that defined? This dot route did. Something's not working. This dot route is undefined. Interesting. So instead, what if I then just do this dot? Still doesn't work, huh? Oh, something worked. This dot route is undefined. Was that actually just because of this? Definitely, it's not because it's not loading. So if I do this dot route dot name, fresh, there it is. Great. If I click, fantastic. Okay. I'll just take this out then. Actually, I'll leave it in for now. So I have my data. I want to set up the HTML for this. So let's see. So if this is the overall wrapper, I want it to be similar to this, where I probably don't need a back button. This will be its own inside of a section. So flexed, this will be a section, this whole part. This will be just a div maybe, or just its own thing, I guess, an iframe. And then I don't know that I need this. I guess this could probably be the title of the page. So Let's fight H1. That's nowhere near what I'm looking for. So this dot route, or this dot route dot name. So it should just show up as summoner. Fantastic. So summoner items. Great. So inside of here is a section with the idea of I'll just call this content. So div class of actually this doesn't need to be a div, this can just be an iframe with the class of content underscore web, I guess. And the src can be defaulted to I'm gonna guess that there's pages for Firefox. Can't open this page. I could set it to summon weapons. Might be a good idea. Well, actually, okay, that's not gonna work. So what I'll do then is I'll default it to the class setup. Yeah, I'll just set it to the class though. So this will be the default iframe. Super duper small, but that's okay. So in here as well is a section class of content underscore list. No, a list content. No, I'll actually just ID this and call this items. Okay, so inside of here will be a div class of items filters. And I will default the filters so they'll always be weapons, armor, accessories. So click filter. For now, I'll do it like this. This is kind of a really bad way of doing this. I could easily set this as all one thing. And in actuality, I'll just do that right now. So filter content. And I think it's just by doing this, I can access the inner HTML or text content, whatever. These aren't capitalized, so let's change to this. Okay, so next is the table. So let me see how I laid out my table here, because I am really bad at tables. So actually, what I might do is just filter these actually. Or will I? Because the way I would how to section table to labeled sections. Whether or not the th spans multiple columns. Use th that spans call span multiple. This is what I'm looking for, kind of. So you can have the table head, which will always be the same, which is fine because my table head will just be item name, type, and then no, I don't need item. I don't need type because if it's separated, then I don't need type. So it'll be item name and then stage. Okay. And then so these. There isn't saying there can only be one T body. It's okay. One more example. So I have T head, T body, T body. So T head, T body, same thing. Table row, cancelled. Okay, so it would be so it would be T head, and in the table head is item name, stage. So in here, I really don't remember how to do this. So it's T head, TR, TH, T head, TR, TH, item name, stage. Okay. So T body ID. So for T body, I would do Vue-4. Let me think. No, I wouldn't do this. Because it's already so it's called summoner. So when the data gets received, if I do routed, oops, console.log this data. So if I look at the data as is, Jesus Christ, so it comes in as, it should just be called summoner, right? Let me pull this up, and I love the Firefox editor, like most of the time. I look here. It's just called proxy. But if I call it something like weapons, just gets the list. Okay. So how would I? Huh. Okay, let's see what happens when I v4 this. So if I do, just copy this down. Do this house armor. What does this then look like? Weapons armor. It's an object though, which is kind of I really okay. Let's just try this. So T body v4 label in data. And let's do this too. There's no world that this works. How did they structure it? The T body. So TR label. This is not gonna work at all. Oh, it worked. Oh my god. Okay, that's surprising. I did not expect that to work. Okay. Okay. So let's see. So if there's only 2 columns, I can call span to this, right? So I can do call span. That's right thing? No, it's th. And then so tr class. It's pretty bad. Class of items table. Items label. So inside of, so this would be th label call span 2. Great. Okay, so how do I do this next? So th is my table heading, I guess. I'm so bad with tables. I have it as TDs here. I just have it as table data. But they're each their own row. So I guess it would be like, let me just look at this again. Yeah, so they're their own row. So TR v4 so this would look like, how would this look? So v4 item in label, maybe key item.id item, maybe. How did this happen? What happened here? In label dots, it would be label dot something. I'm gonna try and let Copilot figure it out. get the data from the label and loop through it. Data label, item name. Well, I wouldn't need this, so it's name is, so does this work? This is fantastic. Okay, I would have never figured this out. I'm so terrible with tables. So thank you, Copilot. Okay, so now that I've got this working, it's filtered. That's it. That's it for really the structure. Okay, so what I'll do now is take out all of this. Wow, okay. Actually knows some of the items. Funny. So accessories. Okay, fantastic. So this is pretty much exactly how I plan on having a look for right now. And the filters will just, I guess, hide the T-bodies. So it's the wrong view. If I go into here, I say class, oops. Let's do table. Let's actually just set this as its own ID. ID of table. To table underscore table content. Oops, that's not what I want. Table content and table content dash dash, and it'll look like not like that. What am I doing? What am I think it's like this. Dash dash label. It's the wrong page. So table content weapons, table content armor and accessories. Fantastic. Okay. So I think that's the structure of this page done. And now what I'll do is same thing for each of these. So let's copy this up. This will be melee, ranged, and mage. I don't know if I'll have mage as magic or whatever, but so if I go into home and I just need to change these. Item count. And I'll just set this to summoner items right now. In which case I will copy this. So melee, ranged, mage summoner. Okay, so there's nothing in here obviously, so no data showing up. But just to test real quick, I copy down summoner, give it this, call this melee, and there it is. Fantastic. Okay, so now that I know that all of that works, go back, and I can just go to /summoner. There it all is. Great. So what I'll next do is work on getting it so that when clicking on an item, these actually need to have checkboxes beside them. Let me do that right now before I forget. It's just an input type of checkbox, right? Yes. So tr. So input type checkbox. Don't like how that space is out, but I'm sure I can change that. Because it's... Why is this happening? Oh, is it because of the amount of... What? Oh, it's in the same thing. TD. What? This is right, isn't it? No. TD A. This right. What the? Why did I? Oh. There. Put that out. Type name. Okay. And clicking on this goes nowhere. Okay. Probably doesn't even need to be an href or an A, an anchor. Probably just be th, maybe. Oh, or not. Okay. Well, I guess it'll be a span. Yeah. Good enough. So, now that this is working, so next time, what I'll do is set it up so that when this is clicked, the page changes to the name of this. But for now, I think that's the structure that'll be used across everything. Oops. So page links to page, which has item names and whatever. And the cool thing, I guess it's not really like necessary, but because it's using whatever's inside of this object, I can add to it later. So like I can have buffs or character specific things like the minions, for example, if that's something on the that I choose, or I don't know, like shields as something, but that's an accessory, so that doesn't really matter. Maybe mounts, like top mounts, or whatever, doesn't matter. So yeah, so next time I'll do that. So thanks for watching, and hopefully you learned a little bit, because I definitely did with tables. So yeah, okay, see you.